I'm on a different mission.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Late Night at the Pharmacy. And this episode, a special episode sponsored by Indulge Water. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to do your best to stay hydrated out here. And you might as well indulge. So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, go run to Walmart, go run to Amazon, do what you got to do, because this episode is sponsored by Indulge. But speaking of indulging, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. I've got the hottest director in the land right here in America, sitting on the hot seat. Carlton B. Sampson II is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know who this guy is, I promise you, you're never going to forget who he is. Speaking of forgetting who he is, don't you go not a damn bit of nowhere, because right after this commercial break, we got that hard-hitting news. So don't go nowhere, because Late Night at the Pharmacy is next.
Hello, here we are with Gaining Financial Services. There's three things you can do if you have no credit.
We know it can be hard to establish credit if you don't have any, but there are a few steps you can follow to start building.
One of the easiest ways to build credit is by becoming an authorized user on a family member or a friend's credit card.
You can also apply for a secure credit card. Secure credit cards are a great way to build credit if you don't have any. These credit cards are usually easier to qualify if your credit history is poor.
Okay, so you pay your rent, utility bill, and your cell phone bill every month. So why don't you get credit for it? There are some companies that can help you to add your utility bill, cell phone, and your rent to your credit report. Some of these tools are free, and some other financial institutions offer credit building tools, but they might charge a monthly fee. For more information, contact us
at 1-888-223-0081.
Enjoy this weather.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back, man. Feels like too long that I haven't got a chance to speak to you guys, but hey, we back at it doing what we do, and it's time to now give you what we always give you, and that's hard-hitting news, baby. So check this out. A lot has happened, and when I mean a lot has happened, a tremendous amount has happened in the news, but like we always do, we try to give you the best things to tackle, man. We got things like Will Smith finally apologizing to Chris Rock, and all the way to these crazy lightning storms up in India, man. But like I said, let's dive into it right now. First things first is, if you haven't known, I guess you're going to know right now. And if you've been living under a rock, like most people been living under a rock, you ain't going to be living there no more, because it's official. The Mega Millions is up to $1.2 billion, that's right, $1 billion, that's right. So What are we supposed to do with this? How do you play? There's a couple different ways to play. You can go download the Jackpot app and play that for that $1.2 billion, or you can go wait in the store in the line like everybody else and do it that way. Well, why do I bring this up? Because this is the largest amount that has been on the table in a 20-year history. This is the largest amount. $1.2 billion. I've got to ask you guys, what would you do if you won the lottery and won that $1.2 billion? Like and drop a comment below. I want to know, what's the first thing you spending it on? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to give 10 of that 10% of that to Jesus real quick so I can make sure I'm humbly blessed. That's what I'm going to do. And then after that, we got some places to go. I've never been to Machu Picchu, but I promise you after I got 1.2, I'd have been there too. I'm going to be out of places like Thailand, Bali. I got some places I want to go. There's some places that we got to get to, but I ain't got it because I need the 1.2. So guess what I did? I played about 4 of them. I'm not a gambling man, but I played 4. I played 4 of them. I got people out here like DJ Khaled almost spent over $1 million on lottery tickets. These millionaires, like, we got to be a billionaire because they understand that $1 million status, it ain't quite where we want to be in that level of comfortability. I was told the magic number is 43. If you ain't got that 43, you still need to be out here grinding, doing what you got to do. If you don't know what 43 is, well, now you know. Speaking of things and places we got to go, man, something is going on in this world that has officially become a pandemic. And if you don't know what I'm talking about this thing called monkeypox. That's right. Monkeypox is sweeping the world right now. Cases are following and popping up and all over the place, and people really don't have the right information or the right resources or even looking up to see exactly what monkeypox is. So here, late night at the pharmacy, I had the team do their due diligence and their research, and they relayed to me because I sat there and did it with them. We got the information for you guys, so check this out. We found out that monkeypox, especially this specific strain, which is the African version of monkeypox, started in Africa. Yes, it did, in some monkeys. It was found to be only present in monkeys and rodents and things like that. Come to find out, a couple years back, I believe they said it was 15 years ago, they had a 19-person case out in the Midwest of some dogs that had inherited it from eating a couple rodents and things like that were already sick and infested with the monkeypox illness. Those dogs ended up licking their owners in the faces and things like that, and the owners, it was 19 of them that ended up catching it. Of course, we were able to subdue and kill it right then and there, but now, a couple years later down the road, we see a massive epidemic, is what they're now calling this, a massive outbreak of the monkeypox. Most people have the stigma or the unction saying you get it from homosexuality. That is not necessarily true. How can you get monkeypox and how can I keep myself safe, pharmacist? Well, you asked me, so I'm going to tell you what you need to know. How can you catch it? First things first, they say you can catch it by any kind of transmission with saliva, person-to-person contact, anything like that. So the symptoms and the way you can catch it is almost similar to COVID. Think about that. So monkeypox is 99.9% beatable for anybody over the age of 8 years old with the proper treatment. Said it could be cured within a week. Cool. But what about anybody below 8? They have a huge risk and rate of passing away at an alarming rate. It's really ridiculous. So how do you catch it? Kissing someone, having sexual intercourse or contact with someone, being in someone's face a little bit too long that actually has it, breathing, mouth droplets, anything like that your body can absorb. You got to understand, guys, your body is one giant, your skin is one giant organism. It absorbs. It's what it does. It's what it's here for. It's supposed to absorb. So if it's absorbing all these things, you're putting it in places and positions that it's not supposed to. You're not taking care of your temple. You're not taking care of your body like you're supposed to, putting yourself in harm's way. This is how you will catch it in a sense. Most people have the stigma that, oh, well, this came from from gay people hooking up, doing what you... Well, yes, you can definitely get it in that situation or instance, 100%. You don't believe me? San Francisco just today has stated that it's official pandemic in California. And right there in San Francisco, they said we are doing whatever it takes. They are treating this like the AIDS epidemic. Really? Because if you know when the AIDS epidemic dropped, San Francisco was the #1 place and hub for these things. Now, what do we do now that we have all of these major illnesses are running rampant in the world right now? From COVID, monkeypox, fever, typhoid fever. Hell, we still even have tuberculosis that's out here that has zero cure. Absolutely no cure. There are a lot of what I call comeback illnesses and things like that are making their way back. Don't believe me, polio has just been reported for its first case in over almost 100 years. Was reported in New York just this week. First case of polio in years. You can't even tell me nobody with polio. You can't even tell me how to cure polio. We got the cure, it was penicillin back in the day. But Lord have mercy, polio is a crippling disease. So we're starting to see a lot of these diseases, illnesses, and things like that starting to creep up and come back, and they're starting to, quote unquote, bite us in our tail. So it begs us to ask the question, where are these diseases coming from? How are they mutating? How are they spreading? Where are we getting these things? Most people will tell you that the ice caps, that's right, the polar ice caps in Alaska, they carry all these diseases and things like that, and illnesses that now these things are melting, they're being able to disperse and go throughout the ocean, in which you'll be able to contract whatever was hidden for generations and years is now being let loose and rampant because they're saying a lot of these things are happening from the polar ice caps. Well, how do they know that? They've taken their utensils, gone to places like Alaska, gone to places like Greenland that has all the ice, because most people mistake Greenland and Iceland for all the ice. They say Iceland has no ice, has no glaciers, but Greenland has all the glaciers. So when they go to Greenland and they test all these things, they find that these dormant illnesses and these dormant, not vaccines, but illnesses are just running around rampant, but they're dormant because they haven't been exposed to anything else for so many years. So what happens when you expose them? You get things like this that are outbreak, man. So this is what I say. If you're not wearing your mask, you should wear your mask. Why? Because currently, right now, switching topics right to COVID, because this all runs inside. Monkeypox and COVID is running right next to each other. Wear your mask. And I'm telling people why they should wear their mask. I'm not telling you you need to. I'm recommending and suggesting it because right now COVID is at its highest peak it's been in the entire period of this epidemic. Don't believe me? Look at the numbers. Most of us probably don't know because the government has removed talks from COVID away from our TVs. You have to go look up what's going on with COVID right now. You got to go be looking and do some due diligence. Once upon a time, every day, they had a COVID they had to tell you something about COVID. New York's up to 100,000. Miami's up to 200,000. Just last night, 450,000 cases was reported last night. We had the most cases reported in a day. Well, right now, we have a new variant out right now and can't do nothing about it. It's so crazy with these variants right now that 40% of Americans, look right here, 40% of Americans are not willing to give that COVID vaccine to their kids, newborns or not. They're saying, you know what, this is over 40%. This is almost half of America saying we've gone back on what we said about this vaccine because we've taken about all 20 doses and we can still catch COVID. You got to explain. I've been trying to explain to y'all, man, like, if it ain't going to cure, if you ain't going to give me a definite cure, I don't want to take things that's going to potentially maybe or maybe not work. I need a guarantee in this world. We need guarantees, and that's what we should live by. If you're going to guarantee me this, I need to be guaranteed that. If I don't get what I'm supposed to get, there has to be some kind of repercussion for that, right? So in this instance, the repercussion is death. Because if you don't get attended to quick enough, or if you don't combat the COVID-19 virus, you can end up in a hospital. Or even worse, we're not going to act like COVID has not claimed over 1 million lives already in the United States alone. It's a crazy, crazy, crazy situation. So, just been reported just today was reported that the new variant vaccine is ready to go. The booster shot today is ready to go, but the Trump administration, not the Trump administration, but the Biden administration says, maybe you don't want to take it. Your government now is saying, no, maybe you don't want to take it. Maybe you want to wait till the fall, when you're going to have to take another booster anyways, and take that shot. Which just further lets me know this. If you're telling me not to take the current shot, that's ready to go, that's optional, that you can optionally take right now, what's wrong with the shot? You guys just want more time to cultivate and get the next one better? You want to be able to stay ahead of the they got to stop lying to us about these things that they're giving us. You got to figure out what they're doing after a certain point. Because after a certain point, you ask me, you feel like we're getting experimented on. Inflation going through the roof right now. COVID's running rampant. Food is becoming, quote unquote, scarce in the world. What in the world are we going to do, guys? It's a lot going on. You got to stay out here protecting yourselves, your loved ones, and do your due diligence to learn these things that are going on. Knowledge is free, guys. Stay knowledgeable, stay focused on what's going on, learn about your health, and please, please, please be so very cautious about your surroundings, the people that you're hanging out with. Make sure that they're being just as safe as you are. But man, speaking of being safe, what ain't safe is these crazy maniacs right here. And that's C3 freaking W. These boys have been going all over the place. And just last week, they did the Greek Street Festival where they showed up and showed out. I was there live, the pharmacist, Mr. Got What You Need, promoting the greatest greatest wrestling promotion in all of the world, C3 freaking W. That's right. And of course, we were there promoting the TV show as well. Got to meet a lot of amazing people, got to get a lot of amazing interviews that you guys will get a chance to check out on the behind the scenes. So if you guys like behind the scenes work, go to our other side of the YouTube page. If you guys are on YouTube, go check out our YouTube page. We got a lot of behind the scenes work. I promise you, you're not going to want to miss any bit of that. It's an amazing situation. Speaking of amazing situation with C3W, you can see right here all these events that they got coming up. KCK's Casino birthday was an amazing event. National Cannabis Festival was 28,000 strong. AFREM was 21,000 strong. And then the Black Greek Street Festival showed up to be about 7,000 to 8,000 people right there. All I got to say is we keep moving to move, and we got more amazing events. September 30th, we got a major event coming on right there at Live Casino. Sold out that bad boy. You want to show up? Because we're going to show out in the pharmacist, of course. It's going to be there to give you exactly what you need. Side note real quick, this ain't part of the news. We want to say special shout out and special birthday to K1. That's right, K1 Smith. That's right, was the second guest we ever had on this TV show. His birthday's today, so yeah, I'll never say your boy ain't never look out for you. But moving right back along with this news. Guys, we got to say thank you to the Beehive and the Bee herself, Beyonce Knowles, for dropping her 7th studio album. I just want to say thank you. That's all. I love me some Bee. I ain't part of the Beehive. I love Bee. Beyonce is the woo. That lady right there is never going to age. She forever fine. They say if you fine in your 30s, you're going to be fine forever. Beyonce going to be fine forever and some change. I want to know when forever starts because Beyonce's still going to be out here looking good. Y'all see that? You see the body? You look at first of all, she's sitting on the horse. Boy, I wish I was that horse. That's all I'm trying to say because good Lord, good God Almighty. Miss Knowles. All I got to say is that everybody is talking about this album. I even saw people couldn't wait. Usually, you get leaks on albums, and Beyonce's album is the hardest one to get a leak for. But in France, they dropped that bad boy 4 hours early, and the Beehive was upset. Oh, they had went to social media. They went to all the outlets they could possibly go to, and they went crazy. How in the world is France listening to Beyonce's album sooner than us? And they, a couple jokes were made that it was all in French anyway, so so they wouldn't be able to understand unless you was French anyways. But the fact of the matter is this. If you're going to pirate people's music, at least wait for them to drop it and get their money first, man. Like, come on, man. That's the one thing I hated about being an artist, and I see about artists and things like that, especially major artists. They always get their albums and things like that leaked, which is literally taking money out of their pocket. Their hard-earned work, because somebody in the camp wants to leak it somewhere and get whatever amount of money or whatever their deal is or whatever their quote-unquote deal is with that other entity, company, or corporation. It's just a major thing to leak somebody's project, which is so very weird to me, man. Guys, you got to let people eat. They do the best they can with the projects and the things they give you. All they give you is their voice. If you take away their voice, what more are you going to take away from them? Guys, thinking's free right now. Soon it won't be. Soon they're going to charge you to think. So I need you guys to wake up and give these artists what their due diligence is. If you support them like you say you support them, buy the album. That's all I got to say about that. Speaking of buying the album, Lord have mercy, somebody looks like they're going to get their freedom bought because Brittany Griner, that's right, Brittany Griner is looking like she's going to be able to get back home sooner rather than later. Give you a quick update. We've been literally following this story since it started. Crazy, right? Check us out. Brittany Griner is currently over in Russia. She's on cannabis charges. She was brought up on quote unquote drug trafficking charges. She had a CBD pen that she had brought overseas and over to Russia. And once they found it on her, they apprehended her. And now she's currently in a Russian jail where she has pleaded guilty for her charge. But now talks have been saying that the United States is willing to trade a Russian arms dealer that is currently in captivity in the United States for Brittany Griner's freedom. Will this happen? Will it not? Stay tuned. We're going to find out. But what I did find out is this. Russia ain't got they don't have to read you your rights over there. Miranda rights don't matter. Because in Brittany Griner's last statement and testimony, she said she was never told her rights, what she could or could not do, what she could say, what she cannot bring, her apprehension was all brought down the wrong way, how we in America would be apprehended. I try to tell people the worst thing you could possibly do is get apprehended in another country because you don't know their laws, you don't know their statutes, and you don't know if your rights that are here in America will even suffice overseas. So guys, do your best. I mean, do your absolute best to bring Brittany home, man. We need to bring her home. She needs to be around her wife, her family, and things like that. And we just need to see, quote-unquote, justice be served. If you got to trade somebody, Looks like he's going straight to jail anyways over there because Russia really wants that guy specifically. There's a reason why they put this man's name as a trade for Britney, man. It's a crazy situation, man. Speaking of moving on, here go another crazy situation. I bet you didn't know this. Spirit Airlines just got bought by JetBlue. That's right, for $3.8 billion. That's right, they arguably JetBlue, the best airline company, bought, ain't no arguing, the worst airline company, Spirit Airlines. So what does this mean? This means that JetBlue is the second largest airline, period, and the biggest and the second largest merger in history that was just made on yesterday. $3.8 billion. Kind of makes you wonder, if you can buy an airline for $3.8 million and Twitter for $2.8 million, well, how much can I get for a fleet of ships? Like, I want to know, like and comment. I want to know. I'm trying to buy a ship. Y'all let me know. It's yacht season, baby. We need to go ahead and get on that water. We need to know. Speaking of needing to know, on a need-to-know basis only, have you guys been listening to what's going on over in India? I don't think you have. Because if you were, you would know that 40 people, that's right, 40 people have died in the past week due to lightning strikes. Lightning strikes, lightning strikes. First of all, when do we ever hear about lightning striking twice in one area? Let alone once, but twice in one area. In this one rural town in India, over 40 people have died from lightning strikes in this past week. What in the world is going on? First of all, I wanted to know, how high of an elevation are they from sea level? Second thing I wanted to know was, is there a lot of metal conductors, anything like that, to where it would focus or attract a lightning strike or electricity to come and target those things? Why would I say metal? If you know your history, Benjamin Franklin, man, let's take you back a couple steps. Benjamin Franklin and the lightning rod. He had a kite, threw a key on the end of that bad boy, flew that kite up when I was running, and it struck the key, bang. Well, that makes metal must be a conductor. Fast forward a little bit now in life, we see there wasn't no metal over there. Well, there was some metal over there, but it wasn't enough to attract the amount of electricity that's currently being shot from these lightning bolts. So currently right now, 40 people have died and over 50 people are hospitalized because of the massive lightning storm that has not ceased up yet. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Speaking of things that haven't ceased up yet, prayers up to Oakland and California right now. If you don't know what's going on, there's a major, major fire. There's always a major fire in California, but right now it's getting all the way as close to Yosemite National Park. I know, guys. You gotta stay focused out here. You gotta stay safe, and you gotta do what you can to protect your motherland. Mother Earth she ain't never failed. She know what she's doing. She's tearing up what she want to tear up because she know it's time to revamp and redo some things. But while she's revamping and redoing some things, we're getting the brunt of it. What do I mean by that? You see the world right now, not only in America, but you see close by France, there's major fires breaking out all over the place, guys. So do your due diligence, like the DARE program said, and like Smokey the Bear said. Only you can prevent forest fires. So when you're done with your campsites, throw some water on that bad boy. Throw the fire out, man. Put the fire out. If you're out here smoking and you're out in the middle of the woods, can you at least just step on a cigarette one time? 1 second of stepping on a cigarette could literally prevent millions and millions of deaths when it comes to the way these fires are going right now, because it's so dry in America on the east and west coast that fires are literally breaking out at whim because it's too hot. Read a story today about China. There's a bridge in China because it was too hot, literally collapsed because it was too hot. Bridge started melting. You know what I mean? I ain't never heard of seeing some mess like that before, but it's happening right now. It's like a biblical amount of things that are happening right now, man. It's really, really scary, but at the same time, there's nothing that you need to be afraid of. You need to be alert and know what's going on out in this world. Speaking of going out in this world, man, our goddamn topic of the week. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, this guy right here, Paul Savino. This guy meant so much to my growing up. You guys would never know from all the mafia movies that I watched and all. One of my favorite movies of all time, which is Money Talks, where he was, he played the father on Money Talks. He's like, you're Vic Damone and what's her name? What was shorty name? It was Vic Damone and Carol something. I forgot what her name is. Anyway, he's like, you're that son? Oh, come here. He's like, yeah, I'm Vic Damone Jr. You remember that when Chris walked up and I'm Vic Damone Jr. Yes. This man is, like I said, an amazing actor, has had a full life, and they said he died of natural causes, man. I just want to say, for everything that you contributed in film, TV, technology, and so much more, thank you for your time here on earth and blessing us with the gift that you have given the rest of this world. So, once again, ladies and gentlemen, we want to say rest in peace to Paul, because what an impact this man had on the world. Speaking of impact, don't you guys go down a damn bit of nowhere, because right after this commercial break, fellas, we got to talk. We got a quick little segment we got to talk about. But fellas, we on the right path, man. I'm going to tell you why. So don't go down a damn bit of nowhere, because late night at the pharmacy, we'll be right back.
What's going on, everybody? I am the got what you need, and I've got DJ Flow and 420 in the building, man. Tell me, what's been your favorite part of this entire experience here at I think the biggest part and my favorite part is just watching the families come together. Of course, we get to entertain the crowd, but when you up there, you really get to see folks with smiles on their faces. It's the best part, dealing with the city. You know, a lot of things go on. So to have one day where everybody's peaceful and everybody's smiling and enjoying themselves, especially with Jewish people, Father's Day. It's great to see everybody unified, especially with all the mass shootings and malice that we're seeing in the news and things like that. What can you say then to break the stigma that we can't get together and make amazing events like this happen? We got to continue to have the mindset that it can happen first, and then continue to just be filled with love. Like, everything is not a competition, man. Everything doesn't need a back and forth. Right. You gotta continue to love, man. And even if you have an issue with somebody, be able to get that out, or even just walk in different ways to never do each other again. So stuff like that will allow us to continue to do things, and especially when we have a day with no incidences. Perfect. Can I ask you one more question? Absolutely. What is next for DJ Flow? Where can we find you next? I know you have a jam pack. I know what your card's looking like already. But tell the fans out there in Barcelona what you got coming up next for Afram and get your agenda coming up. So, of course, we're going to the show every Thursday on the Angel Show. So tomorrow I'll be back out here rocking out the whole But next year, I got a whole another show next year. That's worried. You're not going to win something out with me next year. Fuck my words, I said that. You heard it here, right here on Flow 420, baby. But you already know what time it is. It's late night at the pharmacy. I'm the pharmacist, Mr. Got What You Need, with DMV's #1 late night television show, with the #1 late night television show. Host 12 different platforms, 22 different countries. We keep rolling and rolling and rolling. Keep it up. Stay tuned, because tomorrow we'll be right back with more Late Night Behind the Scenes. Yes, sir.
Crafty guy. Thank you. He grills, he does amazing things, the best grapes ever.
And he made sure that my husband had his plant-based feast every single day.
Hello, here we are with Canadian Financial Services. There's 3 things you can do if you have no credit.
We know it can be hard to establish credit if you don't have any, but there are a few steps you can follow to start building.
One of the easiest ways to build credit is by becoming an authorized user on a family member or a friend's credit card.
You can also apply for a secure credit card. Secure credit cards are a great way to build credit if you don't have any. These credit cards are usually easier to qualify if your credit history is poor.
Okay, so you pay your rent, utility bill, and your cell phone bill every month. So why don't you get credit for it? There are some companies that can help you to add your utility bill, cell phone, and your rent to your credit report. Some of these tools are free, and some other financial institutions offer credit building tools, but they might charge a monthly fee. For more information, contact us
At 1-888-223-0081.
Enjoy this weather.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. And fellas. You know what time it is. It's time for fellas talks. You know I like the Billy D. Williams this thing. Bring the voice down a little bit and bring up some octaves. Fellas, we got to talk, man. I know you probably haven't heard, but I have. I do the research for us, so you guys can just tap in and see what's going on. Have you heard about this carbon neutral spaceship? Carbon neutral, guys. What does that mean? Well, what it means is you can safely, that's right, safely travel within Earth's gravity all the way to the top of the atmosphere in this amazing, amazing ship. Take a look at this ship right here, guys. Take a look at this. This is amazing. So, basically what it is, in the normal, if you guys have been following up with the space races and things like that between Benzo and Elon Musk and things like that, you know that they both actually succeeded in getting their own personal spaceships up in the sky, up in the air, or orbiting around the Earth. Even some of them were up in the orbit for like a couple seconds, a couple minutes. I think there's a grand total amount. I think it's like 7 minutes you have to spend at least out of Earth's orbit to be considered an astronaut. I would say even about a couple months ago, I believe, Michael Strahan himself even had the wonderful opportunity to go up in space and hang out there for 7 days and just travel and orbit around the world. Amazing situation that you can even do that, come back and tell the story, right? But right now, the space race, that's right, the space tourism race, which is the #1 race right now in the world, yes. Once upon a time, back in the 1960s, John F. Kennedy was part of that, that amazing space race where everybody all of a sudden went from wartime to we got to get up to the moon. That space race was crazy. Russia was a part of it. China was a part of it. America was a part of it. A lot of countries were a part of it, but you know who got there first? From what they say, America got there first. Cool. Now, there's a major race to see who can do tourism first and who can do it better. Right now, this carbon neutral spaceship is like this circle, this giant dome, right? Inside of this carbon neutral spaceship is the lap of luxury. You don't believe me? Look at the inside of this right here. Look at these seats. Look at these seats. You can go for they didn't even drop the price yet, but what you can do, they have already tested this, and they've already had people go up in this carbon neutral, and like I said, it hangs at the top of the atmosphere. Fellas, I got to know, if you win a ticket, you're going to be up there for 6 hours guaranteed. It ain't like it's like one of the ones that Benzo or either Elon's trying to put up there. Those ships, you got to be up there for some days. You ain't gonna go up there and just come right back. You gotta take some space training, and you gotta go in some simulators. You gotta go to some gravity-defying chambers. You gotta go get your oxygen together. You gotta learn how to breathe. You gotta learn how to eat all over again. You gotta learn how to walk in zero gravity. You gotta learn how to pee. It's a lot of things that you're gonna have to learn just to take that 7-day trip, which might be worth it. I ain't saying it ain't worth it, but what's more worth it to me is going up for 6 hours and finding out if the world is really flat or not. I got to know. I believe it's round, but hey, I won't know until I really get there. Now, will I? Check this out. The seats look amazing. Even has a bar that you can walk around in. Now, this ain't going to, you know what I'm saying? We're still in Earth's gravity, so you'll still be able to fully walk around, use the restroom, do all of that stuff without defying gravity. How do you defy gravity? Just simply leave Earth's orbit. You've defied gravity. You'll literally be able to float anything that you see up there, even to the point to where they say if you cry, the water will stay in your eyes and blur your vision completely. Crazy situation, man. I'd rather stay in orbit. Put me at the top of that gravity, but I got to know, fellas, you get 2 tickets. You taking your shorty, or you taking your mama, your daddy, your fellas? What you taking? I need to know, because I seen some shorties that said, I want to go. I'll do anything to go on that trip. Shoot, I'm trying to go on the trip too. Fellas, if you get, I need to know, what are the requirements? Is it because, what are the requirements for the shorty to go? I need to know. Is it got to be wifey? Is it the side piece because wifey don't want to go, but you still want to go? Or is certain things got to be in place? You know what I'm saying? Tell me I need to know, fellas. I need to know. Y'all going on this spaceship? Because I think the farms is going to try and book a trip. Going on a trip straight to space. Because the brother got to see what's in space. I was always told, I watched that movie the other day, Dolomite, right? Dolomite said, and I quote, if you shoot for the moon and you miss it, well then cling on to a motherfucking star. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because I plan on missing the moon. because I plan on grabbing me a star. And if speaking of stars, they said that in this carbon neutral spaceship, you're supposed to see galaxies, you're going to be able to see other galaxies and nebulas. Nebulas? Yes, nebulas. How? Because they have this telescope that's going to be on it that you can literally peer. That's the word they use, and that might be the word of the day. Peer out into the abyss. What will you find when you go up there? I want to know. I'm looking for something. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I know the good Lord said, let the stars be your timetable. And you know what? I need to learn a little bit about this astrology, so I might as well go ahead and learn a little something about this here timetable. So, fellas, that's the talk of the day. Is you taking your shorty, your friend, significant other, father, mother, are you taking your chance with your life going up on this carbon neutral ship, man? Tourism, man, I think that, look, you ask me, I think this might run somewhere around like 200-something thousand. And if it is, would you do what it takes just to see a glimpse of something else that nobody else rarely in history has ever been able to do? Hey, that's been the goddamn talk of the week, guys. Fellas. Y'all know what time it is. Like and drop a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Speaking of telling me what you think, guys, coming up right after this commercial break, I got Carlton B. Sampson II, the director, right here in the building. And if you don't know who Carlton B. Sampson II is, please, by all means, take a look at this.
Anything else outside of this event right here that you don't want to see right now? Anything else that you
I think I saw Young Blue was performing, right?
That's correct.
That's right. Yeah, I want to see his performance.
Okay. Highly anticipated. You see what they're anticipating? They want Young Blue, so you got to give them Young Blue. Hey, but you got to know what time this was. I see that late night pharmacy. We'll catch you guys right back here with more.
Crafty guy. Thank you. He grills, he does amazing things, the best grapes ever.
And he made sure that my husband had his plant-based feast every single day.
My name is Jack Bobley. I'm an artist and producer from DC, currently based in New York. I produce music in a variety of different styles, and my album Colorless is going to come out this spring.
To be honest, you're the only one that I think out loud. But I've been running out of time. I just count your pills when I don't know what to say. Neighbors see me stand out in the rain. Motel just
real with gaining financial services. There's 3 things you can do if you have no credit.
We know it can be hard to establish credit if you don't have any, but there are a few steps you can follow to start building.
One of the easiest ways to build credit is by becoming an authorized user on a family member or a friend's credit card.
You can also apply for a secure credit card. Secure credit cards are a great way to build credit if you don't have any. These credit cards are usually easier to qualify if your credit history is poor.
Okay, so you pay your rent, utility bill, and your cell phone bill every month. So why don't you get credit for it? There are some companies that can help you to add your utility bill, cell phone, and your rent to your credit report. Some of these tools are free, and some other financial institutions offer credit building tools, but they might charge a monthly fee. For more information, contact us
at 1-888-223-0081.
Enjoy this weather. See ya.
Welcome back, everybody, and like I promised, ladies and gentlemen, Carlton B. Sampson II, man, thank you for coming out, man.
Thank you for having me, man.
Man, this is an amazing situation, man. I got a chance to meet you not too long ago back, and, man, we've been hit it off ever since. But you, man, are on fire right now. Like, it's impossible to get a hold of you. First things first, please tell the world what exactly you do. I know what you do, but tell the world right here what you do.
My name is Carlton B. Sampson II. I am a producer and director in the realm of sports and entertainment.
Wow, and that's pretty much sums up everything, because you've done some major biographies, major documentaries, and some of the most legendary events in the world that you've been able to be a part of and shoot. Man, I heard you did Black Miss USA.
Yes, I did do Miss Black USA. My very first year doing it, I want to say it was back in 2000, I think it was 2012.
Wow.
Phenomenal experience. I originally kind of got into do some logistics and stage work, and then the opportunity opened up. It was just kind of like, hey, Carlton, we kind of like need you to step up, and I ended up directing and running the whole thing.
That is amazing. Like, you don't get too many opportunities to land on those kind of sets, those kind of entities and places like that. What did you do to prepare yourself? Because we kind of just jumped into the middle of your story. How did you get into the world of directing and the world of production in general? Like you said, you're sports entertainment marketing mogul. That's what you're the director of that. You're the guy that everybody goes and picks to see. Your schedule is ridiculous. I've tried to book you for myself. Your schedule is like that, which is what you're supposed to be. But how do you get to the point to where you are currently, which is unreachable?
You get there by first, what my mentor told me years ago was build demand, then build the check.
Explain that.
Really what it is building and making yourself the person worthy of these accolades, and making yourself the person who has enough value to where they can demand what it is that they demand.
That is very, very good, because most people don't come with that kind of mentality. Most people say, you know, let me put myself in the position I need to be in, and then I'll learn what I need to learn. But if you already know what you need to know, you can be in a lesser position, but when it's time to step up, when they ask you to step up like they did for Black Miss USA, hey, we need you to step up. I'm already seasoned and ready to go for the role. What were some quote unquote inspirations that got you into this world? Like, what did you see, or that light bulb effect, or that light bulb moment for you that was like, you know what, this is what I know I'm supposed to be doing for the rest of my life?
I kind of loved it as a kid. My father went to school for broadcast communications, and my older sister also went to school for broadcast communications. I actually ended up going to the same school as both of them. First, I went to Prince George's Community College.
Nice.
And then, from there, I went to HBCU. Matter of fact, the oldest HBCU in the state of Maryland, Bowie State University.
Shout out to Bowie one time. You know, I'm from Morgan State. You know what I'm saying? You on the other side of that HBCU. Shout out to the Morgan. Go Bears.
No doubt.
When I H in front of my B in front of my U. You know, I love my HBCU. You know what
Absolutely.
they say. You know what they say. Well, hey, but anyways, moving right along, man. So you got, like I said, major projects going all the way back to 2011. What was your first project that you ever did that set you aside and put you into that world that you wanted to be in, that world of comfortability in a sense. To where now we're moving, we got some projects, I've got a legit body of work now that can help me get to wherever else I'm trying to get.
The very first project was going live on the college network. We was actually the very first live broadcast. I'm talking live in real time. And it was actually a sporting event. I was a commentator. And I was fortunate and blessed enough to be in that position, had a phenomenal coaches and broadcast mentors. And then from there, when I saw that I can do it, I said, this is where I need to be. Originally, I was going to school for the medical field. I was going for kinesiology.
Oh, wow.
And I was coming off of some football injuries. I was a student athlete.
Yeah, sports medicine, that's all that. I was track and field. I got kinesio tape all over me, so I know how that goes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and when I took one communication course, and I said, this is natural. And then from there, it was like, whatever is natural, that's what you go with. That's your purpose. That's what you're here to do. So and I just followed it.
I'm happy you say that. So you said it's natural. So do you feel like, because like I always used to say, you don't pick the sport picks you. Do you feel like that's what happened in this instance? Like their profession picked you instead of you picking your profession? Or was it a mutual understanding between both? It was like, you know what? I like you just as much as you like me. Let's make this happen.
It was a little bit of both. But I think that both came a little bit later on. I was just kind of fixed and bent on, at first, like a medical thing, trying to really chase a prestige. We're often told, don't follow your gifts or your talents. Do something that's going to make you money, which, I mean, yeah, you always should do something that make you money, but you shouldn't sit on your gifts and talents. So your gifts and talents make you money as well. So I decided that it was kind of a cool thing to say, hey, I'm a doctor. It's like Dr. Carlson B. Sampson II. And
that fits, actually. That really fits. Like, man, look at that one. It sounds like you got a lot of prestige when you put that doctor.
It does. It does. But it was cool for a while, but my heart wasn't always in it, and it was something that I couldn't deal with as far as for like losing patience. And when I noticed for certain things in my life when it's a struggle, sometimes you're going against something that you shouldn't be going against. And then when I went to broadcasting, it was just smooth sailing.
Smooth transition.
Everything in my life got better from that point on.
You're doing what you're supposed to be doing, man, and I'm happy to see that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So, that was from your first project. What was your breakout project? That project that, like everybody was like, look, I need him. This is a person that's stepped into a world that not many people step into in the profession. We need him. We need Sampson. Tell me, please, what was that project?
I think that breakout project for me probably would have been Black Girls Rock. This was Black Girls Rock 2014.
Okay.
And that was when I got to shoot and work with Lauryn Hill, one of my favorite artists at the time, Rhapsody.
Yes.
Light. And I did a little bit of sound engineering, but to sit and direct and to shoot just such, prestige talent and legends, and to do it well, it was something that showed me that, hey, you belong here. And walking around backstage, seeing how people responded to me and things of that nature, it was kind of the wake-up call saying, keep going. This is just the beginning. Expect more of this. Also have done some work with Nasir Jones.
Yes, sir.
Russell Simmons.
Wow.
Eric Michael Dyson. Shooting Talib Kweli, and for many others coming through the John F. Kennedy Center. I mean, it was a fantastic experience.
So, a couple more questions. We're going to wrap this up. What is the importance of making these connections? And after you make these connections, what's more important, making sure you cultivate that relationship or just staying in contact in general?
In order to cultivate the relationship, you would have to stay in contact. Life is about relationships. It's about relationships and it's about people. Without the two, you can't live by yourself and you're not going to survive. You're not going to get anything. And the key is to not only have value and to freely offer your value, but to make genuine relationships. Too many times when people say, hey, come out and let's network, It's not really a network. It's what's your resume and what can I get out of you? People show up to networking mixers and events to interview other people and don't have the value to even interview or to make somebody else qualify themselves to them.
Wow.
And I think that that's a big mistake that a lot of ambitious people and young professionals make.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So when it comes to this game called directing, how important is it being in front of the camera at some point in time as a director versus being a director that's not ever been in front of a camera but can direct, can point and say this needs to go here, this needs to go there? Do you think that the director is more valuable if he's never been in front of a camera and actually had some experience with it, or is he more valuable by actually honing his craft because he learns the craft? He's never been in front of that camera before and still knows how to put everything in place. Which one is more valuable in a sense?
I think that's a case-by-case thing. Myself being behind the camera and in front, I would say that both, in my opinion, speaking from my own personal experiences, is more valuable. However, there are people who are phenomenal directors who are just not public speaking people or just not in front of the camera people.
Right.
And that's okay because those kind of people, when you have one job, you can do one job greatly. Whereas there are a lot of people who can wear many hats and do them good, but not great. So I wouldn't discount or underestimate the person who is not comfortable in front of camera but can direct.
Speaking of comfortability, on a director's level, how much adaptation does a director need to be able to have to be able to actually shoot a show? Most people think that, you know, I was the guy that told them to shoot camera 5, turn the camera 5 over to camera 3, turn the volume up. That's directing. Please break that stigma and tell people what directing really is in that matter.
Directing is chaos. I mean, just total chaos. There's no such thing as a perfect show. So the audience may not know that you messed up, but you know, hey, we had to do some finessing, some finagling here. We had to do some switching out, running around, cussing people out behind backstage, a lot of sweating. I experienced a lot of that my very first time with Monumental Sports and Entertainment, shooting with the Washington Wizards.
Nice.
And I mean, when I say that was fast-paced, real world, day one, I was like, oh my God.
Eye opener, throws you right in the thick of the fire.
Yeah, man. And if anything happened, it was on you, even if it wasn't your fault. So it's just one of those things where you got to be constantly on the fly. Like football, they tell you to keep your head on the swivel.
Straight up.
And if you don't, then you'll get depleted.
You're going to be knocked off that swivel.
And fortunately, I was one of the ones who wasn't getting depleted. I was the one putting the people in the ground.
Exactly. And lacing them cleats up.
Yeah, but I knew better. So it's the same principle in whether it's life or any aspect of your profession. You got to be flexible.
Man, that is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, Carlton B. Sampson, man. This is amazing, man. So tell the people in the world, what's next for you here real quick?
What's next for me? Hopefully everything goes through. I'm currently shooting a documentary for an up-and-coming artist and his family who are a cornerstone in the Washington, D.C. area for 3 generations.
Oh, wow.
So I'm shooting a documentary for them, looking very much forward to that, as well as getting into small films and scores.
Perfect, because you said you're behind the scenes for a lot of documentary sports events and things like that. Stepping into the world of film, that's tackling and adding another quote-unquote notch onto your amazing resume that you currently have right now. So how can the people find you? How can they reach out to you? And how can they see your current work and body of work that you have currently done?
The people can find me on a website that I created several years back, and I trademarked the name. It's called The Video Van Gogh. www.thevideovangogh.com. And people can also find me on social media as my other company, under the Roy Fresco conglomerate, but you can just simply type in Roy Fresco. You can find it there. And if you want to contact me personally, just type in Carlton B. Sampson II.
You said Google him. Y'all heard it. Ladies and gentlemen, Carlton B. Sampson, give it up one more time, man. This is amazing, man. Thank you for coming and doing the show with us, man. Hey, man, don't you guys go down a damn better nowhere, because after this commercial break, we'll be right back with more Late Night at the Pharmacy.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Eat grills, you got amazing things. The best grapes ever.
And he made sure that my husband had his plant-based feast every single day.
Hello, you're real with Gaining Financial Services. There's 3 things you can do if you have no credit.
We know it can be hard to establish credit if you don't have any, but there are a few steps you can follow to start building.
One of the easiest ways to build credit is by becoming an authorized user on a family member or a friend's credit card.
You can also apply for a secure credit card. Secure credit cards are a great way to build credit if you don't have any. These credit cards are usually easier to qualify if your credit history is poor.
Okay, so you pay your rent, utility bill, and your cell phone bill every month. So why don't you get credit for it? There are some companies that can help you to add your utility bill, cell phone, and your rent to your credit report. Some of these tools are free, and some other financial institutions offer credit building tools, but they might charge a monthly fee. For more information, contact us
at 1-888-223-0081.
Enjoy this weather.
Welcome back, everybody. And hey, like I said, man, it's time for us to close the show. And our sponsors, we got to shout them out one time. Indulge, man. Like I said, man, you guys been drinking this water out here, and you drink it, so you might as well indulge, man, with a pH balance of 7.8. Man, you got to love this right here. Also want to say special shout out to Triple Detailing. That's right, the detailing company down in Raleigh, North Carolina, who's also doing wraps now. That's right. So if you want to get your car detailed and wrapped, go hit up Triple Detailing, baby. It's going to be a crazy situation. The best detailer on the East Coast. He travels, baby, so we're going to check them out. K&F Financial, our very first sponsors ever. How can we forget K&F Financial? Right now, if you go to knffinancial.com and drop the pharmacist, Mr. Got What You Need, that's 40%. That's right, 40% of all credit repair and credit needs and inquiries. That is right. Also, we got to say special shout out to you Broadcast Media. That's right, the best network in the world, who's been putting on not just Late Night at the Pharmacy, but 144 television shows. That's right. Guys want to know what I'm doing? I'm messing with you Broadcast Media like you should be too. Also, we want to say thank you to Cancerian Lane. That's right. Our sponsors, Cancerian Lane, for doing what they do, making us look as fly as we look, and having the #1 and the only runway show right here at Late Night at the Pharmacy. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, and I know who I am, but psych, no, Butler Cooking, baby. That's right. Shout out to Jeff Butler and Butler Cooking. This man is going around the world right now, so do what you do best and go get the best food in all of the world. He caters the show, guys. If you didn't know, well, now you do know. That's Butler Cooking. Got a lot of notches up under his belt. But guys, I've got to say thank you. And you're probably looking at me like, dang, ain't the credit supposed to be rolling? Because they are rolling right now, I know. But thank you guys for having the most followers that we possibly thought we would ever have. 70.4K thousand followers on Instagram, and we are moving strong. We're on a lot of billboards, 16 different states, 28 different billboards, guys. And thank you guys for having the #1 late night television show in history. Hey, good night, everybody.